Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Brought to you today in association with OneFootball, the excellent football app. Don't forget it brings you up to date with all transfer news and all news about Arsenal. A very, very good app indeed. Make sure you check it out. The link for that app is in the description, and thanks to OneFootball who've been supporting us this summer. Let's get into the transfer news. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Big news today that Arsenal are on the verge of offering him a new contract worth up to £125,000 a week. That it will be a 4-year deal, and hopefully Arsenal are hoping that that will fend off any interest from teams like Chelsea that are attempting to buy Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Now we can see that since the start of the season, the Ox has been used a lot by Arsene Wenger, even on Saturday. Deployed in several different positions, but you know, seemingly looking like he's a very important player in the team now. Wenger was saying last week that he thinks that he's going to be an outstanding player and will be an England player for many years to come. And with this deal, it seems like they're putting their trust in Ox, and they definitely 100% want him to stay. Will the Ox sign it? Will he stay? I always get the impression from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain that he's very happy at Arsenal, that he would like to stay. But we're going to have to wait and see. But certainly it looks like Arsenal are putting a big offer on the table. The initial offer apparently was under £100,000 a week, and Oxlade-Chamberlain has been refusing to sign that. And this is the thing. He would look at it and he'd see that Theo Walcott, for instance, is on £140,000 a week. And right now he's way ahead of Theo. So he's going to want parity. And this is the problem you have with contracts, you know, and giving players big money. Other players, they'll know what other players are on and they want the same. So let's see what happens with this one. But apparently £125,000 a week offered to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Now, Julian Draxler, who's been talked about ever since Neymar joined PSG as a possible target for Arsenal. Well, Transfer Market Web are claiming today that Arsenal have made an approach to Paris Saint-Germain about signing Julian Draxler. Now, how true this is, we really don't know, because Draxler's agent last week was saying that, listen, he's happy, he wants to stay at PSG. Then there's been other rumours that the agent is looking out there for offers. Now, Draxler is a very, very good player. Draxler is a player on the up. Started off at PSG, by the way, really, really well, and it's been really, really surprising that, you know, he's surplus to requirements. But then I suppose when you buy a player like Neymar, you know, how many opportunities is Draxler going to get to play? Neymar is costing a king's ransom to PSG. He has to play, doesn't he, unless he's injured, which means that basically Draxler is only going to come on as a sub or have to play out of position. So Draxler could be available should Arsenal be trying to buy a player like Draxler. I spoke about this the other day. We said we've been in for Lamar, but if Lamar's not available, surely Draxler, you know, you'd have to say he's probably a better player than Lamar. I mean, Lamar's had a good season last year, but Draxler, you know, one of the top young prospects around Europe, done really well at Wolfsburg, and as I said, had a good season last year at PSG. Would be, I think, would be a good bit of business for Arsenal. We've been after him for years, and you know, a bit like Lacazette, and it's one of those deals that we've never got done. Let's see what happens with this one. This is Transfer Market Web. They're not always the most reliable of sources, but they're claiming that we've made an approach today. Squadra Mustafi. Now, I reported this one last week as well, that Inter Milan are interested in him. Lots of reports that apparently Arsenal turned down the request for a loan move for Mustafi to Inter Milan, and now Inter Milan are interested in coming back in and possibly exploring, maybe even buying him. And the thought is, if the offer was good enough, Arsenal may be tempted to sell. It was a mixed season for Mustafi last year. Started off the season really well. I think he played about 25, 26 games in total. It was really hit by injuries. But when he started off the season, him and Koscielny, they were starting to really build a good partnership. They were looking good. Then he got injured, and then when he came back from the injury, it was like almost like, who is this guy? It just wasn't the same player. This is a big season for Mustafi. He didn't have a good game against Stoke, but then, you know, I'm going to excuse that one and say that was his first game of the season. He hasn't really had much of a pre-season, but it's a massive season for Mustafi. Couple of players at Arsenal, Xhaka, Granit Xhaka, massive season for him as well. They've had their first seasons and they've been indifferent, but now they have to shine. And Mustafi, you know, bought him for big money, £35 million, which on last season, that was a lot of money, a lot of outlay for a defender. He really needs to deliver now. That's one of the problem areas at Arsenal, and we really need him to deliver. But could Arsenal be tempted by a big money move for Mustafi? Wenger keeps going on about how big the squad is. He's got to offload players. Could they be tempted? We'll have to wait and see. Mesut Ozil, I wanted to ask everybody this question today, right? Now, Mesut Ozil, again on Saturday, really come under a lot of criticism in that game against Stoke. I think some of it was a little bit unfair. He was trying to make things happen in the second half, but people criticising him. A lot of people in the media criticising him. Ex-Arsenal players, Martin Keown, saying that, you know, he's just the most frustrating player he's ever seen in an Arsenal shirt. Even the police in Stoke sending out a tweet mocking Ozil, saying that, you know, they're looking for this missing person, Ozil. He gets accused of that a lot. When he loses the ball, he's basically non-existent. It's like we've got 10 men sometimes, and that is the truth. Let's be honest right now. Mesut Ozil on the ball, great player, can make things happen, but when he doesn't have the ball, he doesn't fight. He doesn't try to win tackles. He doesn't put his body on the line, and he's been accused by a lot of people of being a luxury player. Now, we know his situation with his contract. He's in the last year. He hasn't signed a new one yet. Should Arsenal be looking to try and get him out? Now, I know we want to keep Alexis, and that's the one we all really want to keep. He wants to go. Ozil, we don't seem to know what he wants right now. He's not signed a new contract, not yet, although he's been offered a lot of money. The rumour is £225,000 a week. He hasn't signed that. He looks like he's just making his contract run down. Should we be cashing in on Mesut Ozil, get a fee for him, get his wages off the wage bill, and then just go out there and get somebody else, maybe a Draxler or somebody else? I don't know what you guys think. There's two camps at Arsenal. There's one camp that absolutely love Mesut Ozil. He cannot do any wrong for them. They love him, and I love him. When he's on song, he's a great player. But then there's the other camp that, like, get rid of this guy. You know what I mean? He doesn't do enough work. He's too lazy. You know, and his body language sometimes, it's his style still. That's the way he plays. That's his body language is never going to change. But in English football, we like a guy that's, you know, in there. That's not Mesut Ozil. So how do you guys feel? He divides opinion. He's a bit like having Arsene Wenger on the pitch. He divides opinion amongst the Arsenal fans. But what do you guys think? I'm going to do a poll today. Should we sell Mesut Ozil and buy somebody else? Or do we keep Mesut Ozil? He's one of our best players. He's one of our world-class players. Do we keep him? And should we be bringing in more quality? This Mesut Ozil is not the problem. What do you guys think? I want you to vote in that poll. Don't forget, you can download the OneFootball app. The description is below. And don't forget to check out all of our videos from the weekend. It was a pretty poor start, you know, losing away at Stoke. But listen, it's only the second game of the season. Hopefully we can bounce back. Thanks for watching the show today, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Subscribe to ArsenalFanTV.